Hi, I'm Melissa from Everyday Family Travel, where we bring you some of the best kid-friendly destinations across the United States. We recently finished the most incredible week in southern Utah with our kids, and today I'm walking you through exactly what we did and what I wish I knew before visiting. We visited toward the end of May, and it really was the perfect time. Warm but not too hot, sunshine every single day, cooler mornings, and less crowds. I highly recommend visiting this time of year. We stayed 6 days, and what made this trip even smoother with 4 kids is that we stayed in one home base, which I've linked in the comments. No packing, unpacking, or switching hotels. We slept, swam, cooked, and relaxed in the same spot all week. Our 3 main destinations were Zion National Park, Bryce Canyon National Park, and Kanab. All right, let's jump into what we did day by day and why each stop was such a hit for our crew. Keep watching to plan your own Southern Utah getaway. After checking out the visitor center, we decided to head out on our first hike, the Kayenta Trail to Emerald Pools. It's one of those trails where the second you start, you're immediately in awe of Zion's beautiful landscape. This trail is just so fun for kids. It's not flat and boring, but it's also not a scramble. There are rocks to step around and stunning views at every turn. If you do the full trail, you will find 3 separate emerald pools. Now, full transparency, we didn't make it to all 3 pools. We had just traveled all day the day before, and our youngest kids just couldn't make it the whole way. But even just making it to the first pool was more than worth it. This trail definitely feels adventurous without being overwhelming. I would recommend not letting your younger kids run ahead, as there are some areas with drop-offs on the side. I definitely recommend bringing hydration packs, snacks, sunscreen, and hiking shoes for any hike in Zion National Park. If you want to know exactly what we use, I've linked our favorite kids hiking gear in the comments. Later that afternoon, we switched gears completely and had a blast horseback riding. After a morning of hiking, this was the perfect, slower-paced way to keep exploring without completely wearing ourselves out. If your kids haven't ridden horses before, Zion is an epic place to start. You're not just circling a field, you're riding on desert paths with massive cliffs framing the backdrop. We each rode our own horse, which were all so sweet and gentle. The guides were patient and great with our kids too. They answered all our questions and shared interesting details about Zion. One of the guides even stayed by our youngest to help him out if needed. This is one of those activities that I'd add to any national park itinerary. There's less walking required, and you're able to see some views of the park that you wouldn't be able to see on the main hiking trails. Check the description for a link to the highest rated horseback ride in Zion National Park. Day 2 was a big one, hiking the Narrows. If you've ever seen photos, trust me, they don't even come close. Hiking between 1,000-foot canyon walls through the Virgin River is truly a bucket list experience. We rented gear including boots, neoprene socks, and walking sticks from Zion Outfitters, and I will say it was worth every penny. They grip so much better and keep your feet warm. The walking sticks are also must-haves. We saw a few people trying to walk without them, and they were slipping left and right due to the slick rocks on the floor of the river. Once we had our gear, we took the shuttle to stop number 9, walked the easy yet beautiful mile on the Riverside Walk Trail, and then stepped right into the water to begin the Narrows. When hiking the Narrows with kids, I would recommend starting early to beat the crowds, and make sure you turn around before your kids get too tired. Remember that you will have to hike back as far as you hike out. If your family only does one epic Zion adventure, I would hands down make it this one. However, if you aren't up for hiking the Narrows, I would still recommend hiking the Riverside Walk Trail that leads to the start of the Narrows. It's paved and beautiful, making it an easy win. We dedicated an entire day to the Narrows, and I'm so glad we did. Between renting gear, riding the shuttle, walking the Riverside Walk Trail, hiking the Narrows, and coming all the way back, it really does take most of the day. On day 3, we switched gears and drove an hour away to Kanab, Utah, and started the day at Coral Pink Sand Dunes State Park. The sand is a bright peachy orange, super soft, and the dunes are massive. A completely different feel from Zion, but equally as fun. We rented both sandboards and sleds for the day, which you can rent at the visitor center for just $25 each. They are first come, first served, so make sure you arrive early on popular weekends. We enjoyed both sandboarding and sledding, though the sandboarding was a bit more challenging. The views at Coral Pink Sand Dunes State Park are gorgeous, and every one of us had a blast. If you're visiting in the summer, I recommend getting there before the sand gets too hot. You'll also want to bring rags or a brush to wipe all the sand off before getting in your car. Trust me, it gets everywhere. This was an experience I know our kids will remember forever. It's such a unique adventure and a perfect addition to your Southern Utah getaway. After sand sledding, we headed just a few minutes away to Best Friends Animal Sanctuary, one of the largest no-kill animal sanctuaries in the country. It's so peaceful and on the most beautiful property. We met dogs, cats, horses, pigs, and more, all being cared for with so much love and dignity by an incredible team of volunteers. They teach families about adoption, rehabilitation, and animal rescue. Best Friends Animal Sanctuary actually cares for over 1,500 animals at a time. You can book a free tour of the property or schedule a volunteer shift on their website. Our animal-loving kids loved this unique stop in Kanab. On day 4, we hopped in the car and drove 2 hours to Bryce Canyon National Park. It has such a different feel from Zion for such a short drive. It's filled with hoodoos everywhere and really feels like you're in a whole different world. We started at Sunrise Point and took the Navajo and Queen's Garden Loop, often called one of the best 3-mile hikes in the world. The trail winds down into the canyon, past spires, arches, and hoodoos tucked between rock towers. With different sights around every corner, it kept our kids engaged the whole way. It's a steep challenge on the way back up, but the switchbacks are beautiful. If you only do one hike in Bryce Canyon, I would definitely recommend the Navajo and Queen's Garden Loop. Even if you don't make it the whole way, it's worth exploring part of it. After the hike, we spent some time checking out the visitor center, then drove to Bryce Point and Inspiration Point, where you find 2 of the most incredible overlooks of the canyon. We saw so much in just one day. Since it's one of the smallest national parks, you can easily see the highlights in 1 or 2 days. It's definitely a must-do in Southern Utah. We started day 5 by slowing things down and spending the morning in Springdale, the little town right outside Zion. We walked around, did some shopping, ate some great food, and let the kids play at a small park in town. It was such a nice change of pace after a few big adventure days. After that, we headed out for one of the most fun and laid-back activities of the entire trip, tubing the Virgin River. This was such a hit with our kids. The current is gentle, the water is refreshing, and it's the perfect way to enjoy Zion without hiking or climbing. We rented tubes and life jackets from Zion Tubing, and they shuttled us to the drop-in spot, as well as picked us up at the end of our 1.5-hour float. I would recommend holding onto the tube of younger kids, as it is possible to get separated. We all had an incredible time floating along the river. It was low effort, high reward, and exactly what we needed in the middle of a busy trip. We wrapped up the day with an evening walk on the Parus Trail, and this might be one of my favorite ways to experience Zion with kids. It's flat, wide, and stroller friendly. It runs along the Virgin River, and there are spots to walk down to the river's edge and explore. This area is especially beautiful as the sun is setting. On day 6, we chose a shorter trail, but one of the most popular in the park. The Canyon Overlook Trail is just about 1 mile out and back, but it's one of the most unique trails and has some of the best views around. There's a small parking area right across the street from the trailhead, or you can park along the road. Just a heads up, you likely won't have any cell service in this area. This trail is rated easy, though there are some stairs and uneven spots. If you have kids with you, I recommend keeping them close, as there are a few drop-offs. We especially loved the unique parts of this trail, like the wooden bridge and cave. Once you reach the end, you're rewarded with one of the best views of the canyon. There are large, flat rocks where you can sit and take it all in, and it's the perfect spot to snap a few photos. Overall, this was one of our favorite hikes in Zion, and definitely the best wow factor hike for only being a mile long. Our Southern Utah road trip was one of our favorite family trips to date. There were so many incredible adventures and beautiful views everywhere we went. If you're planning your own Southern Utah getaway, I hope this walkthrough gives you both ideas and confidence to make it happen. I've linked even more resources in the description to help you plan your trip, and you can also check out our Southern Utah playlist right here on YouTube. If you enjoyed this video, I would love for you to like and subscribe for more family travel inspiration just like this. See you on the next adventure.